We are your home theater and AV questions answered. This is AVRant. Want your home theater or AV question answered by Tom and Rob? Send it to question@avrant.com. Welcome to AVRant. I'm Tom Andry, and I'm here with
Rob H.
Ted. First, he wonders what are our top 5 movies of 2016 in terms of sound and picture, and top 5 2016 all around. I hope you heard the part at the beginning of this podcast, Ted, where I told you I got no time to watch stuff.
Yeah.
Because that's important. That's important.
My picks are super boring.
I know. They are. Especially since one of them is like a hot trash movie that I watched the other night, and it was hot trash. But go on.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm just going to... Okay, I'll just rattle them off. Captain America Civil War.
I love
movie.
that movie.
Star Wars The Force Awakens, the Blu-ray release of that. Really good looking. Sounds great. The Jungle Book. I was pleasantly surprised by that one. That one's like probably the one pick I can be like, hey, you might not have totally expected that. X-Men Apocalypse. Looks good. Sounds good. I enjoyed it. I know everybody else hated it. I know that's the one you're going to say is trash, but I enjoyed that.
Oh.
And Zootopia, because, hey, it's Disney, so...
I know. I mean, I read that, although the Chris Claremont stuff from back in the day, all the Dark Phoenix stuff, and I'm watching this thing going, I know what's going on, and I'm fairly certain that if anybody else was in my family was in this room with me, they'd be like, what is happening? I'm like, and... Oh, jeez, the bad guy was
Apocalypse
so boring.
just wants to give makeovers, okay? Just let the guy give makeovers. That's what he wants to do.
Least intimidating villain I've ever seen. I'm like... I mean, he's like emo Apocalypse. Like, you look at Apocalypse, and this guy is like, oh, well, I want to be God. I'm like, really? Because you're supposed to have like all the powers of all these other different guys, and so far all you do is melt people in the walls. That's exciting. And you're telling me all this time he lived for millennia, right? All this time, and healing factor was the thing he was missing? Come on. All right, Captain America Civil War is probably the only one that I got from this year that's actually from this year on my list. Oh, I've got Force Awakens as well. I do like that one as well. That movie I liked. I'm not going to tell everybody it's a fantastic movie, it's the best one in the series or anything like that, or even rank it.
No,
I liked it. It was fine. Yeah. It was a very good redo of the original Star Wars, and I'm excited to see that.
It was a reset to say these aren't the prequels. We're getting back to basics. We're going back to Star Wars.
Yes.
I'm like, okay, there you go. Palate cleansed. Now let's move on.
That's right. We can wash all that other stuff away. Now, I'm going to put movies on here that I like, or shows, too, because I watch Netflix all the time. Jungle Book, I wouldn't have thought of it, but I borrowed my parents got Jungle Book on Blu-ray, and that's actually my brother. But I watched it, and it was great. Yeah. My kids liked it. I liked it. It was really good. I was pleasantly surprised at how non-sucky that was. I thought it was going to be terrible, but it was very good. I have started Zootopia, but I have not finished it, and it's on Netflix. So, okay, so Deadpool is just a movie that I watch over and over again. So, and that's just my sense of humor. If you don't like it, that's fine. But it's got some decent bass in there. Nothing that really writes home about, but it's just a good all-around movie. Jessica Jones on Netflix, if you have not seen that. I mean, the visuals are pretty good, and as far as streaming goes, it's probably one of my favorite shows. And again on Netflix, but you can get this on Blu-ray as well, is Penny Dreadful, which I absolutely love. I have not watched the third season yet.
It's weird that, I was going to say, the reason I have so few movies is because I spend all my time watching TV shows. I have no time for movies because all I do is watch TV. But I didn't even... You were the one who went TV shows, not me.
Hey, that's all I watch. I got no time for this. I really don't. And I mean, I've picked up a couple of movies from that I've liked,
Sure.
from Redbox, like what's the one with is it I Spy or Spy or something like that with what's her name?
Melissa McCarthy?
Yeah, I like that movie. I thought that was a cute movie. I don't think that it, but that's the sort of stuff I'll just pick something up and watch it and take it back, and I kind of forget about it. So, anyways, Ted hosted the movie night last week, and his new. First of all, let me go back. Ted, I mean, there's a lot of great movies that come out every year, but what it's going to come down to is you're going to find some movies that you like to use to show off.
Yeah.
But let me tell you about showing off your theater for other people. no one wants to watch what you want to watch. That's what it really comes down to. What you really need to do is have people bring over something that they want to watch, or decide in advance what you're going to watch. Like, hey, this new movie came out. How, whatever. So what that it's the, I can't even think of some sort of movie about people falling in love and getting cancer and dying. Whatever those are, terms of endearment, all that nonsense. Who cares that doesn't have great bass and it's not showing off your subwoofer? That's not what they're interested in anyways, and they're not going to be impressed by that. What they will be impressed with is the big screen and the overall surround sound experience. So let them pick. That's sort of that's my when people come over, I want them to have the final say as what we're going to watch. And if I don't want to watch it, well, I can leave. It's my theater. Ted hosted movie night last week with his new Power Sound Audio V15V subwoofer, and it awed everyone. However, it seems to him that the frequency response is much less even than it was with this 8-inch DefTech. Probably due to the new sub playing frequencies that DefTech wasn't. Could be.
Yes.
I don't know. We should maybe ask Sherlock or something. So he's not going to buy a second sub right now. How close can he get to dual sub evenness with room correction and or other DSP? Answer, not very. Okay?
Yeah.
Not very.
I mean,
That's what it comes down to.
You can even out one seat, but by doing so, you're going to make other seats in the room even more uneven than they were before.
Yeah. The idea here is that it's kind of weird, and I know you're not buying another sub right now, and that's perfectly fine.
Yeah.
I'm not on that, but it's like, hey, I have this. I'm not going to go back to cars again. I've got this serrated, this knife that what's the power electric knife, but it cuts really. It doesn't cut very well. Now I'm not going to sharpen it. What else can I do to make it cut better? Like. Well, not anything really. I mean, you could try. You try pushing harder, I guess, or hooking it up to a generator that shoves extra power through it or something. But really, in the end, the only solution is to sharpen the knife. The only solution here to even out across multiple seats is multiple subwoofers. That is the solution. So anything other than that is going to be a half measure at best. In this case, not even really a half measure. So
yeah, I mean, I guess you could do like a multiple subwoofer crawl to see if you can find a spot in your room that is somewhat better for more than one seat. I mean, it's just a lot of trial and error.
So what you could do is you could put the sub in your main seat and then crawl around and rank all the locations that you find.
Right.
You're like, this is the best one for seat 1, so you put 1 1. This is the best one for seat 2, 1 2, or but the second best one for seat 1, so 1 2. Third one for seat 1 1 3, and then you go around and do that for every seat, and then whichever one gets the highest overall ranking across all the seats is the one that you use. Might not be the best, it might be the worst for seat 1,
right?
Where you're going to sit, but overall it's kind of not as sucky for everybody else. And then then you can't. I mean, running the room correction program at that point, you're really going to make it worse again. You're going to take you actually don't want to run it in the low frequencies if you can get away with it.
Well, I mean, if you're doing the multiple measurements, it's just going to
you have to measure at each seat.
You're going to go, well, it's different from seat to seat, so I'm not going to equalize it very much. That's sort of the end result. Yeah.
So there's really nothing to do. Sorry, I don't like to say that this week. Want your question answered? Send it to question@avrant.com. This is AVRant.
Now go out and listen to something.